All of you, am I streaming fine? Hemant, Ibrahim, am I streaming fine? Audio, video, no buffering, I hope. Ganesh, Adhish, Hemant, Adhiraj, Yadav. Okay. Excellent. Okay. So we have the students of reading session also. Anamika, Hadi, Adhiraj, Nellore, Sharan, I remember. We just talked few minutes ago. Money. Okay. So fine. So students on the dashboard, this test discussion was supposed to happen last Tuesday, but you are aware of the unfortunate circumstances and heart-wrenching loss that we had. We lost 3 children, okay, 3 aspirants. That's why we had to cancel the classes, and I think all institutes had to do that. So basically, I am covering the discussion we should have had on Tuesday. And meanwhile, what I have done is, because I'm teaching essays and some of my older students and otherwise also are always keen about something on essays writing. So I'm also going live for this essay discussion on the YouTube. So I'm addressing primarily Sachrit, Adhish, Ganesh, Ibrahim, Hemant, okay, and the others who have given the test or are preparing for the mains. Sachrit, aap mains de rahe ho is baar? Or you are preparing beforehand, you're part of MSP program or essays? You're giving your mains this time? Otherwise also no problem. Okay, you're part of the mains, part of the essays course, right? Okay. Hi, Hadi. You completed your 12th class. Okay, no worries. You will learn something here. Okay. So the topic that we have asked, there are 4 topics we have asked. Let me see if I can show you the topics. आप topics लिख लो if you can. I have the topics on my screen. Write the topics down. You all can read the screen? I hope so. दिख रहा है screen? That's better. अब ठीक है? Turn your wounds into wisdom. Write down the 4 topics, please. Turn the wounds into wisdom. This was by Oprah Winfrey. The second topic is, the more we sweat in peace, the less we bleed in war. The third topic, if you want to lift yourself up, lift up someone else. Lift up someone else. Write the 4 topics, please. And the 4th topic is, in order to achieve great things, we must be willing to give up the good for the better. Albert Einstein. I'm leaving the screen visible to all of you. Write down the 4 topics. Turn your wounds into wisdom. लिखा आपने? turn your wounds into wisdom. The more we sweat in peace, the less we bleed in war. The more we sweat in peace, the less we bleed in war. If you want to lift yourself, lift up someone else. Lift up someone else. In order to achieve great things, we must be willing to give up the good for better. KS. If you want to lift yourself, if you want to lift yourself up, lift up someone else. अब ठीक है? Did you all write down the topics? Yes, done. On the YouTube लिख लिया आप लोगों ने? Yes. Acha. So start with the discussions now. Okay. So here we go. And now, benefit of all of you, not just the test series guys. When you have philosophical essays, okay, the philosophical essays are also referred to as abstract essays. Abstract essays. जो essays होते हैं, I repeat, these essentially are statements and words of wisdom, right? If you look at the last 3-4 years के question, whatever abstract topic they give you a wisdom, something which has a deep meaning, profound meaning, something which has a lot of teaching to offer. You learn something from these statements, okay, and this must be written in 900 to 1000, maybe 1200 words में लिखना है. The challenge you face is the statement wisdom. One is, okay, you must first understand the meaning of the topic. Okay, उस sentence का meaning क्या है वो समझो पहले, and then you must elaborate, you must establish, and you must demonstrate. And you must demonstrate. Just a minute. You must demonstrate. Okay. You must elaborate it, you must establish, and you must explain it, and you must demonstrate it. This is what is required. So what happens for most of us is, we either fail here, हमें ये topic समझ में ही नहीं आता क्या बोलना चाह रहा है, okay, or if I understand the topic, how do I do this for 1000 words challenge? While I can write, okay, one paragraph, while I can write one page, 100-200 words ठीक है, but 1000 word तक हम कैसे लिखें? How do I write for 1000 words? That's my challenge. Okay. So my recommendation, of course, in the essays class, I have a more elaborate discussion called as a canvas. हम उसको अभी यहाँ नहीं लेके आएंगे. Okay. I'll just recommend a very high level structure that first, okay, establish, okay, the topic, and you elaborate it without explaining. That's my first suggestion. ये टॉपिक कह रहा है, वही टॉपिक को elaborate करो, okay, but don't explain it. Then you explain it with reasons. Then you demonstrate it with examples. Then what you do is you suggest how the wisdom can be made part of our lives. How can we, okay, imbibe the wisdom? वो wisdom हमारे life में कैसे add हो जाए, हम बच्चों को कैसे सिखा दें, how it can be part of our society, our mindset. So this is something like the way forward. Way forward, this is demonstrate, this is explain, and this is elaborate. ये समझ में आ रहा all of you here? It is a very simple structure. Elaborate, explain, demonstrate, and way forward. Like, I'm not entering the nuances of deeper concepts. Okay. So in doing this, खासकर यहाँ से यहाँ तक, you must use language, use words, use phrases. यहाँ पर you give examples here. One problem I witness in many essays is the essays are full of examples, but उसमें कुछ discussion element नहीं है. Okay. The discussions about why is it good, how it has helped, why it is so important, okay, how can it be, okay, relevant in some problems. So discussion elements are missing. While you keep on giving examples, okay, but nothing in terms of, okay, telling us you have understood the depth of the topic. Make sense, all of you? So elaborate, explain, demonstrate, and way forward. Elaborate, explain, demonstrate, and a way forward. A, B, C, D, E, F. Say E, E, D, F. Let's try this in our essays now. So, पहला topic क्या था? The first topic that we had was turn your wounds into wisdom. Turn your wounds into wisdom. The first part, I said, elaborate this. आप इसको elaboration करो. In elaboration, you don't give reasons. You just say what you want to say. So it's basically, okay, turn your wounds into wisdom. This means converting our pains into learnings. It's about transforming our failures into life changing, okay, learnings. It's about okay, accepting our okay, misfortunes, accepting our hurt, okay, into a deeper appreciation of what life is and how life should be lived. Make sense? An example of elaboration. Sachit, you can do many things. Okay. Yes. Exactly. Okay. So don't okay, let the mistakes trouble you. Okay. Make your mistakes, okay, make your mistakes your strengths by applying the learnings to move on and live life better. Can you all see what I'm doing here? All I'm doing is I am changing the words. इसमें कहीं पर भी मेरा explanation नहीं है. Okay. I'm only changing the words. I've changed, okay, the word called wounds as pains, wounds as failures, wounds as misfortunes, wounds as troubles, okay, and wisdom, मैंने कहा है wisdom is learning, life-changing learning. It's about appreciating what life is. It's about applying and okay, living better. So मैंने change किया term, that's all. Elaboration, okay, with different set of words. Correct, Pragya. So this is what I call as a rephrase. आप इसको rephrase करो. Okay. Think of alternate words and rephrase it. Like, and elaborate. So look at how I am elaborating. No, not interpretations. Interpretation मतलब है अलग meaning देना. Not reinterpretation. I'm saying rephrasing. Yes, convert challenges into opportunities. Convert your problems into into new opportunities. Correct. Okay. So what I'll do is, now look how I'm elaborating. How I'm elaborating, dekho. I'm elaborating. In life, we face many challenges. All the time, and all of us, okay, face hurdles. Okay, we face reverses, we face challenges that seem unsurmountable. Many, unfortunately, give up and develop negative mindsets. The hurdles and the troubles force many to get depressed. It makes people angry, frustrated, and extreme anger leads to conflicts and sometimes drastic steps like suicides. However, like Oprah Winfrey says, okay, a wound must become wisdom. समझ में आ रहा है what I mean by elaboration now? And in none of this, I am telling why. मैं why की बारे में बात ही नहीं कर रहा हूं. Just elaborate कि लाइफ में ऐसा होता है, प्रॉब्लम्स होते हैं, पेन्स होते हैं, हम दुखी हो जाते हैं, okay, we lose sometimes, we get depressed, it's so unfortunate, we face hurdles, and we have a sense of being a failure. Okay. However, Oprah Winfrey says that wounds can become our wisdom. Okay, our failures can be okay, our teachers, and failures can teach us better about life and how we should move on. Okay, like Lincoln said, that let the troubles and the mistakes, okay, not bother you. We learn and we move on. Did you understand what I mean by elaborate, all of you? समझ में आया? What's elaboration? You don't have to begin an essay, okay, with quotes. You don't have to begin essays with stories. Stories हैं तो फिर अच्छे stories लिखो. Not a random, there was a boy called Ramu, he went and he fell down, he got hurt. Okay, then he decided to be very upset. However, realized that he must not be upset, and the lesson dawned on him. He learned something, he ran and won the Olympics gold medal. Okay, it's a very trash story, not inspiring at all. अगर story लिखना भी है तो अच्छा वाला लिखेंगे. और हम क्यों लिखें अगर story लिखे हुए हैं already? If you can recall some movies of challenge, adversity, some movies that inspired people into innovation, आप उसके बारे में बोल दो. But do not have, okay, any random story. And my suggestion, you don't need to begin an essay with a story. ज़रूरी नहीं है. It's one of the biggest misconceptions we have in UPSC writing. हमें लगता है कि story लिख दिया तो marks आ जाएंगे. कोई ज़रूरी नहीं है. Okay, if you have a good story and you have prepared the story properly, objectively, then otherwise this is the way you can begin. Elaborate the topic, what it means. और देखो elaboration में 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I already have written approximately 80 to 100 words. Just elaboration, doing nothing else. Okay, this is the first part of your essay, elaborate. The second part of the essay is, again, like I said, this skill of elaboration requires some practice using words, vocabulary. आप एक बात बताओ, all the words that I've used here, does it look like a bombastic word which you did not know about? Does it look like some vocabulary that you could not have learned? Yes, all regular words using smartly. Acha, just give me a few seconds. I have to take one call. It's coming regularly. Just give me a few seconds. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. So that's one. The next step is, I said, you now explain and you give reasons. Okay. Turn your wounds into wisdom. Into wisdom. You add the word because. You add the word because and write down some points here. Okay. Why should the wounds become wisdom? Give me some reasons. Because if we don't, we can become negative, depressed, and we can harm ourselves. Because every failure is an opportunity to introspect what were we missing and what skills we don't have. Because failures teach us, okay, what options and what innovations we may have missed. Sometimes we do things mechanically, but failures force introspection from which we can learn. Make sense, all of you? Yes. So 3-4 points like this. Or sub point ko again elaborate karo. One of the fundamental aspects of essay writing is you must have the ability of elaborating. You must have the ability of writing 1 or 2 paragraphs on this and telling us why is it true. So if we do not learn from our mistakes, our failures, okay, we can get depressed, okay, we can become negative and we can harm ourselves. That's why we must not dwell on our wounds. We must not, okay, keep on living and reminding us about our own failures. Okay, we will become frustrated, we become angry, okay, there can be too much of pain, okay, and that can lead to hate, lead to conflicts, we become a dark person. समझाओ उसको, अच्छे समझाओ. Okay, 1 or 2 paragraphs में. Then come to, okay, because failure are opportunities. They tell us about, okay, life is transient. They tell us about life is impermanent. Okay, while we must celebrate our successes, failures must tell us about, okay, there are things in life we may have missed. Isko samjhao. Okay, and from failures, we can learn what we may have been missing. हमें पता नहीं होता है कि हमारे पास skill है ही नहीं. We do not know whether we have that ability or not. So failures are a way of learning that. Then tell us how failures can force us to innovate. The innovations become our wisdom. You explain it. So you have done elaboration, you have explained it. Okay. Then you move on towards the third section. I said, now give examples. You can take up examples from anybody's lives. Examples of, okay, how Gandhi ji, okay, became the man he became because of the insult he faced. Okay, failures. How sports may, okay, some adversity makes us a better person, a better sportsman. We come back performing better. Okay, somebody know about, okay, the failures in terms of, okay, certain movies ke saath mein. I don't know if you have seen a movie called as In Pursuit of Happiness. You have seen that Sudha Chandran, okay, fine, the dancer I think talking about. Have you seen a movie called Pursuit of Happiness? That's a story about, you know, the adversity makes him a smart man, okay, makes him a wiser man. Will Smith ka, correct? Okay. So you take up examples, but don't pump the essay with only examples. Take up one good example and elaborate it properly. Samjhao usko. How the life was about struggle, okay, learning, redemption, okay, how failure was about, okay, some new skills, some new innovation. I think you all have heard about the very remarkable story of J.K. Rowling, right? J.K. Rowling, okay, she was, okay, you know, failures, a widow, a divorcee, abused, poverty, and how all of that she has used to convert into, okay, a powerful write-up and the person that she is. Okay? Yes, you can go on there, give examples. And finally, okay, talk about the way forward. How can we teach our children not to be scared of failures? How can we teach in our schools, inspire children not to be scared of, okay, the hurts, the mishaps? How can we teach them, okay, how we can, okay, overcome the reverses and yet become successful in life? Okay, any questions on this? It's a very basic format. Elaborate, explain, give examples, and you way forward. So in the Telegram channel, I have done this for 3-4 essays. Yes, you can, absolutely. Adiraj, you can. Give examples of how wounds have become resentment and not wisdom. Yes, you can. No, बहुत सारे examples, no. I give from the movies I have seen, and I'm a very big fan of these, sci-fi movies. ये जो fantasy movies हैं, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Avengers, Batman. You see these movies 5-6 times. आपका कोई भी ऐसे हो जाएगा, आप लिख लेना. Marvel comics, DC comics, yes. आई एम ए बिग फैन ऑफ दिस मूवीज. आप ये मूवीज देखो, 2-3 बार 4 बार देख लेना. यू रियलाइज दैट एवरी मूवी हैज समथिंग यू कैन ऐड इन एनी ऐसे. कुछ ना कुछ ज्ञान ही दे रहे होते हैं. राइट? So, of course, the guys on YouTube will not access this, but the ones who are on the course, आपको हम ये दे देंगे. I'll give you this write-up. Okay. So, I'm just reading out something from the write-up that we will have. An example of, a rephrasing. Convert your injuries into knowledge. Change your hurt into understanding. Adapt your traumas into enlightenment. Shift your afflictions into discernment. Alter your damages into prudence. Examples of rephrasing. और देखो मैंने क्या समझाया इसको. The phrase ऐसे लिखा जाएगा, elaboration. The phrase turn your wounds into wisdom emphasizes the transformative power of adversity. It suggests that personal challenges and experiences, rather than being purely negative, hold the potential for profound growth and learning. By reflecting on our own struggles and lessons they bring us, we can gain insights and become more resilient. Okay, failures encourages to see the wounds as opportunities rather than setbacks. Embracing this mindset fosters emotional strength, maturity, and so on. An example of what I mean by elaboration. Okay, so this you will get. The guys in the course will get this material. For examples, okay, I have given examples of anecdotes now. You can talk about the life of Oprah Winfrey. You have the life of Malala Yousafzai. Okay, how she turned setbacks into failure, into success. The life of Dhirubhai Ambani. The setbacks he faced and he rebounded back to become what he became. Okay, so वैसे you can give examples of, okay, the movie right up में है, okay, the theme called Pursuit of Happiness, and how Will Smith, who portrays Chris Gardner, a struggling salesman, and then what he becomes as a stock market successful guy. ठीक है, are we done with this? Okay, let's move on to the second topic. Second topic. The more we sweat in peace, the less we bleed in war. The second topic. The more we sweat in peace, the less we bleed in war. And we will apply the same technique again. Okay? So, you will elaborate, you will rephrase, but don't give any reasons. Then you will explain the why. Give reasons. Then you try giving examples and you demonstrate. And finally, the way forward. Yes. So you work hard in times of peace. You work hard when the going is strong. Okay. So that in times of challenges, the failures are less. You practice in terms when you have the luxury of practice, so that in the actual test, you don't fail. Yes, correct. You prepare for disasters beforehand, so that in times of disaster, the losses are less. ठीक है, बन गया आपका? You can add this absolutely, Adhish. इसमें तो पूरा 2 पेज बन जाएगा. The whole concept of disaster preparedness, the whole concept of disaster mitigation. Don't let the factors precipitate into disasters. बिल्कुल पूरा 2 पेज लिखना. Okay, why we must sweat in peace so that we bleed less in war. Okay, अच्छा, reason क्या है? If we sweat in peace, what does it do? So, sweating, sweat in peace का मतलब क्या है? Basically, more practice, basically a build capacity, okay, spend time to understand issues better. Just a minute, please. Understand the issues better. Sweat in peace, okay, means understand, okay, the situations in more perspectives. It also means building better networks, building a better support systems. Sweat in peace means being ready, okay, and alert before the disaster. It makes sense, all of you? The first rephrase is part of the thesis. You rephrase with some examples is the part of the thesis. So why sweating in peace? Ka meaning kya hai? It means you practice more, you build capacities more, okay, we learn the skills more, okay, we understand the issue better, we understand the situation from more perspectives. We've got more dimensions ताकि problem हम ज़्यादा समझ पाएं. So we are not taken by surprise. Sweat in peace, essentially, it helps us familiarize ourselves more, and therefore the surprise element is reduced. Okay, you build more support systems, you build your networks, you develop more friends, you develop your networks better. Take the example of practicing exams ke time mein. How does it help you? See, what students lack is this ability of opening up a topic in terms of 3, 4, 5 bullets. Can you give me examples of sweat in peace? So one example was, of course, disaster management. That was one example of sweat in peace. What else? Let's see. Sweat in peace. Yes, sports mein practice, correct. Population planning, Sachrit, population fresh hai to apne apply kar diya. Drills before an event, yes, okay, fine. Yes, army के बारे में बता सकते हो, army training, sweat in peace. Sweat in peace also means all those efforts to collaborate, efforts to build relationships, efforts to, develop, okay, some understanding, awareness, वो भी sweat in peace होगा. Ganesh says, ran for 9 seconds, but I practiced for 15-20 years to run under 9 seconds, 100 meters. Usain Bolt says so. Okay, very nice. Yes, you know it. Okay? Did you all understand difference between elaborate and explain? Yes. Up try karna and see how it works out for you. But can you all confirm you understood the idea of elaborate and explain? Yes? And give examples. 1 or 2 examples will suffice. Okay, Gandhi's struggle of truce struggle का जो था, ठीक है? In times of truce, he's building networks, building trust. In times of truce, he's building the social harmony, and then they get back and struggle again. Excellent. Excellent. Okay? So, coming back to the write-ups here. So, जो आपको मिलेगा document, you'll have all these words in that. Examples of rephrasing. The more we labor in peace, less we suffer in war. The more we work in tranquility, the less we hurt in conflict. The more we exert in harmony, the less we lose in a battle. The more we strive in calm, the less we sacrifice in struggle. The more we toil in stability, the less we hemorrhage in warfare. The more we exert ourselves in serenity, the less we suffer in battle. Okay, and so on. ये आपके पास sentence है, use them to demonstrate it. Now, the elaboration part. In a sense, the topic encapsulates the idea that proactive efforts and investments made during times of peace can significantly reduce the suffering and destruction associated with the times of conflict. It highlights the enduring value of preparation, of foresight, efforts, ensuring a more stable and secure future. It highlights the importance of preparation, diligence, and efforts during times of tranquility to mitigate destructive impacts of conflict. At a personal, organizational, international context, diligent work, planning can minimize hardships and enhance resilience during future adversities. So I've only elaborated कि this is what the topic means. ये आराम से आपका 50, 80, 100 वर्ड हो जाएगा. ठीक है? So now you move on towards what are the examples? Examples में, okay? So in India, the cyclone management is a good example of preparation in times of peace. Okay, so after the bad cyclone, India's disaster management has been very sharp because we have practiced better now, evacuation, forecasting and all of that. That's one example. Okay. Then exam times mein, okay, how we can practice more and more, okay, that example, and so on. ठीक है? Look at the third topic now. If you want to lift yourself up, lift up someone else. The same technique. Rephrase, elaborate, then you explain. The best way to find yourself, Sachrit, is not same as lift yourself. the best way to become successful is by helping others. The best way of developing confidence is by supporting those who need, okay, some help. The best way of elevating our own stature, the best way of, okay, elevating our own personality is by supporting the weak and those who need us. The best way to feel happy, the best way to rejoice, the best way to achieve contentment is by helping others or wiping tears. Yeah? Write this in 3-4 ways. The best way to lift yourself, lift someone else. Can you all rephrase this? Is it okay? The best way to be happy is to help a man who is sad. The best way to elevate one's stature, support people who are, okay, in adverse circumstances. The best way to become successful is help others who are facing challenges. ये कर देंगे आप दो तीन तरीके से? See, if I'm elaborating, watch all of you, watch. If I'm elaborating this one, how will I write down? How will I write this elaboration? Watch what I'll do. I'll start by saying, every person who is ambitious, every person who is aspirational, wants to achieve more and feel successful. Success, ambitions, force people to do a lot of work. They force people, okay, to sometimes also take approach which is illegal. To become successful, many of us break laws, many of us break boundaries. However, in reality, to be successful in true sense, we must actually help others. We find in our world, in our society, there is a lot of pain, sorrow, there is a lot of frustration. And the solutions people offer, okay, is actually more around material, but the solution lies in helping others. Therefore, this phrase or this statement is trying to explain that if we want to feel happy, we must be helping others who are in conditions of depression and sadness. If we want to feel good about ourselves, the best way is that we support others to come out of their conditions of despair. The best way to be successful is if we can help others overcome their failures. Ho gaya? Elaboration? Yes? Yes, Pragya, that will work. The best way to learn is to teach things to others. Okay. So you elaborate it, rephrase it. Then you come towards, tell us why. Is topic mein, why is very interesting one. Kya sectoral approach? Sneh. I don't know what you're referring to. What do you mean by sectoral approach? You'll give example from technology, from agriculture. वो बाद में आएगा. Examples बाद में आएगा. You have elaborated. Now I'm saying, explain. आप को explain करो. Means give reasons to lift up ourselves. It is best to lift others Because, okay, because reason number one. Let's see. Let me see, you give me 3-4 reasons. Agar reasons de diya aapne, okay, it shows me that you are thinking. Why lifting others will help lift yourself? Why lifting others will help us lift ourselves? सचरित वो तो टॉपिक बता दिया आपने, मुझे रीजन बताओ. ओके, बट व्हाई? Okay, Khushi, that's one point. Okay, so look at this. Why? Because number one, one of the main reasons why we are depressed or we are hurt or we are sad is because we do not have a sense of a purpose and a sense of worth in life. By helping others, we gain the respect, we gain the acceptance of the others, and therefore that gives us a sense of self-dignity and worth. And so it helps us lift ourselves in our own eyes. बना आंसर? कि हम दुखी इसलिए होते हैं, one big reason is we have a sense of uselessness. We have a sense of lack of self-worth. We don't seem to be worthy of others' respect, and we become sad. So if we help others, we gain the respect, we gain the acceptance, and that improves our self-worth. That's why. That's one. Reason number two. Our pain, our sorrow, is because of the feeling that we have been wronged. There is a sense of unfairness in what we face, and therefore we are hurt, we are angry. By looking for opportunities to help others, we realize that in many ways we are actually better off than others. This offers us to be more grateful for what we have, and that lifts us from self-pity, and that helps us overcome, okay, anger and frustration. Bana? Did you understand what I mean by, okay, explain? When we help others, why that ends up helping ourselves? One reason is, by helping others, we become useful, we get respected. By helping others, we learn to see that there are others who have bigger challenges. There are others who have suffered more. So that way we learn to be more grateful. We learn to be more, okay, thankful of whatever we have. Can you tell me a reason 3? एक reason 3 बताओ. Why lifting others, okay, will end up lifting ourselves? None of you is able to think. एक और reason बताओ. ऐसे reason बताओ मुझे. What do you think? Sashikant, that point I have discussed in the first one. The self-esteem and self-morale. वो बता दिया मैंने. The first was, it helps us self-esteem. The second was, okay, we learn to be more grateful. Yes, Sachrit. Like, na, Navratri, मुझे reason चाहिए, not a reference to an example. Yes. So by helping others, we make friends. Okay. By helping others, okay, we develop well-wishers who in times of need will help us when we are down. It helps us with developing reciprocity. We feel needed. Khushi was the first point. जो पहला point था ना, self or sense of self-worth, वो यही तो है. So if I want to help myself, we tell help others. Tomorrow the others will help you when you are in need. That's the idea. Did you understand difference between elaborate and explain? समझ में आ रहा difference? No, Adhiraj. That's not a. देखो आप एक problem है that this essay is not about importance of helping others. It is not about, Adhiraj, you're making a mistake there. Adhiraj says it is moral responsibility. The essay is not about helping others, it's about how helping others helps us. वो छोड़ो मत. Helping others helps us कैसे? So how is moral responsibility helping us? वो तो burden बन जाता है मेरे लिए. Adhiraj, समझ में आया? So don't just write about, okay, that we must help others. You must take the topic towards helping others, actually helping ourselves or lifting ourselves. हमें वो वाला angle चाहिए. And then of course, examples you can take up. How helping others results in helping ourselves. ठीक है? All get it, all of you? The statements are not difficult to understand. I'm teaching you how to write 2-3 pages on it. आप कैसे खोलोगे ऐसे? I'm teaching that to you. Okay. That could be a point, Ibrahim. I agree that when we help others, we learn from their mistakes. Yeah, this is acceptable. So that way we ultimately learn, and that uplifts us. That point is taken. Okay. Let's take up the last topic in that case. The last topic. In order to achieve great things. Okay, Pragya. कोई बात नहीं, Pragya, you discuss more topics like this, you'll get a hang उसके बाद में. Yeah. So in order to achieve great things, we must be willing to give up the good for the better. In order to achieve great things, we must be willing to give up the good for the better. Yes, giving up comfort for future success. और बताओ, you give up your present comfort for future success. You give up being safe so that you can explore greater heights. I mean, don't settle into zones of comfort. That's the idea. Don't be happy with what you have. Be willing to throw it all and start again. Yes. You try to go beyond the instant gratification. Correct. Okay, so I wrote some of these points down. To accomplish success, we must be prepared to sacrifice the mediocre. यहाँ पर good is mediocre, not the best. We must be willing to give up what's good. Okay. We must be willing to forego adequate if you want something outstanding. Essentially, okay, give up your comfort, give up your safety, give up, okay, small success to achieve bigger success. And this is something I think all of you must relate to. यही तो आपके पूरे लाइफ का सारांश है. Okay, the success that you dream for is essentially, okay, not possible without giving up what you have right now. No, Adhish, it is not about working hard today for better tomorrow. गलत हो गया. It's not about working hard today for better tomorrow. It's about giving up what you think is successful today. Okay, that take the risk. It's about taking risk and okay, aspiring for bigger things. ठीक है? अच्छा, now give me reasons why this is true. See, the topic understanding is a very important first step. अगर टॉपिक आप गलत पकड़ लोगे ना, if you get the topic wrong, then the entire essay gets messed up. So some of you have misunderstood this. Okay, it's not about working hard. Yes, Sachrit. Some of them have quit their regular jobs for bigger success, maybe IAS, whatever. अब आप मुझे बताओ, reasons बताओ. Tell me the reasons. Why is this true? Reason number 1 बताओ. What if we do not give up the good? Because number 1, with good, with what is comfortable, the drive to work harder is weak. If we hang on to what we have, we will never have the desperation of succeeding. जब तक आपके पास एक safe option होता है, as long as you have a safe option, okay, you will not work with that intensity. You will not work with that kind of drive. Okay, एक आधा अधूरा रहता है safety में. So you must give up something which is making you comfortable, so that your drive and intensity will be more. Okay, so that you can have a bigger drive, so that you'll have more desperation. Bigger drive and more desperation. ठीक है, 1. Second reason बताओ क्या है? If you are in a good state, you probably are occupied and you are investing and working in it. You will not have the time, okay, to work on bigger and more ambitious projects. Already आप एक काम कर रहे हो, okay, आप उसमें time, even if it is okay, some good work, you will need to put time there, put energy there. You will not have time and energy for innovations. You will not have time and energy for, okay, for doing things new. Okay? Next. If we don't give up what's comfortable, we will not invest in new skills. If we don't give up what is comfortable, we will not invest in the new skills. There will be distractions, correct? The distractions of comfort will not learn new. बस हो गया, 3 पॉइंट है तो बहुत पॉइंट है. Yes, sticking to smaller things will lead to smaller vision instead of, okay, something which can, okay, become bigger. Fine, ठीक है. Okay, Ibrahim, if we don't give up the small things, we'll never know our potential. Correct? So essentially, giving up small success, it will free up the time. It will free up our energy. It will make us more desperate for success. It will give us bigger drive because of a higher commitment. Nobody ever achieved anything without giving up comfort and safety. हो गया? Was I able to explain what I mean by reasons and explanations? All of you, खासकर those who are in the essays course, you must think now whether you have done the same or not. And इसका best example, and I'll suggest ये तो ढंग से पढ़ लेना. There is this book, Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. That book is the best example of how you must give up the regular, follow your dreams, learn to see signs. You must not sit comfortable, keep striving, keep working. So I have discussed that in this booklet of yours, or in this sheet you'll get. Okay. Paulo Coelho's Alchemist. Okay, it talks about this journey of this boy called Santiago. I think some of you were part of that session, no, where I had read this book. Okay, how he meets a merchant, he meets a girl, he meets a tribal leader. Yes, Ibrahim, yaad aa raha hai? One of the early sessions of reading. In his journey, he comes against a merchant who is successful, happy, but a very regular life. Yeah? And Santiago transforms, giving up what's good for the better. He sacrificed security of his old life, facing hardships, setbacks. Each sacrifice leads him closer to his personal legend, allows him to discover his true potential. It's a very good example. I mean, you can use this in many essays. And you can also get inspired by your own life, the way you have struggled, or you have, taken on challenges beyond the regular. Fine then, that was the discussion of the 4 topics. I don't know, Samavesh, if you have examples on that. I'm not aware what example you're referring to. Okay? So, all those enrolled in the course, you'll get this material. Aap dekh lena isko, and you can use it in your essays. Samavesh, you can develop it, not an issue. You can develop that. Okay then, bye-bye. Bye. Happy studying, keep preparing.